morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to dclessons.com. Today we are going to present module 3, Nexus 7700 or Nexus 7000 series line like cards. In the Nexus 7700 or 7000 series line cards, it supports more than 83 terabytes per second, and it is the latest extensions of the Cisco Nexus 7000 series switches. Now in Nexus 7700 series line cards, there are 3 line cards available. Nexus 7700 F3 series line card, which is an Ethernet module. Nexus 7700 M3 line cards, and Nexus 7700 F2 series line card. Now this 7700 F2 series line card is an enhanced Ethernet module line card, right? And below is the pictorial representation of all Nexus 7700 series line cards. Like this is your F3 module, this is your M3 module, this is your F3 series module, and this is your Nexus 7700 F2E series module. So in a nutshell, there are 3 types of line card which Nexus 7700 supports, which is F2 series, then F3 series, and then M3 series line cards. Now we will talk about what these line cards supports with respect to the features, right? So if you talk about F2E, F3 and M3 series line card, F2E series line card supports L2 feature, L3 feature, fabric path, FCOE, but it doesn't support VXLAN, OTV, MPLS, and it supports FAX, fabric extender. So these VXLAN, OTV, and MPLS are a layer 3 protocol, right? So F2E line cards only supports L2 feature, basic L3 feature like GRP, OSPF, BGP, but it doesn't support advanced L3 feature. Whereas the F3 line cards are those line cards which supports F2 feature, L3 feature, fabric path, FCOE, VXLAN, OTV, MPLS, FAX. So F3 line card are those line cards which supports most of the feature which are supported by a Nexus 7K series switches. So if you have any doubt, or if you want to future scale your data center and you don't want to be in a problem that okay, I have to replace now line cards so that in future I can support VXLAN, you should go for F3 series. So your data center design in such a way that it should be well scalable, right, in terms of hardware. Whereas M3 line cards are those line cards which doesn't support FCOE, but it does supports fabric path, it does supports L3 feature, it does support L2 feature, it does support VXLAN, it does support OTV, it does support MPLS, and it does support FAX, right? So these are the capability matrix of F2E, F3, M3 line cards which are applicable for Nexus 7700 module switches. Make sense? Okay. Now let's talk about the Nexus 7000 supported line card. So Nexus 7000 series line card have a variety and in-depth series of line cards. So most probably they are having a 2 types of line card as like M series line card and F series line card, where if we talk about F series line card, we have a F1 series line card, we have a F2 series line card, we have a F2E series line card, F3 series line card. Now if we talk about M series line card, we have a M1 series line card, M2 series line card, M1 XL series line card, and M2 XL series line card, and M3 series line card. So currently these variety of line cards are supported by Nexus 7000 switch, right? So here is the pictorial uh, representation of your line cards which shows how your different line cards look alike. Now this is your Nexus 7K M series line card. This is your M2 series line card. This is your F2 series line card, which is having a 48 port. X is used for 10 gig, right? This is your F2 series line card, 48 port, right? It's 10 gig port, right? So these are all F series and M series line cards. So now let's talk about what is the capability of feature these line card supports. So let's talk about the F1 series line card. F1 series line cards are those line cards which are only supported or which only supports layer 2 feature. No layer 3 or advanced layer 3 feature it supports. Like it support L2 feature, it doesn't support F3 feature, it support fabric path, it support FCOE, but it doesn't support C, VXLAN, OTV, MPLS and FAX. Whereas F2 line cards are those line cards which supports L2 feature along with basic L3 feature, but it doesn't support all the advanced L3 feature like L2 feature, L3 feature, fabric path feature, FCOE feature, no VXLAN, no OTV, no MPLS, where it supports FAX. So these are the advanced L3, right? Whereas F2 E line cards, they are similar to the F2 line cards. Why? Whereas E extends for the, it has a larger MAC table memory or it has a larger RIB table memory. Only difference is this one, but capability wise, it's same like F2 line cards. So F2E line cards supports L2 feature, L3 feature, fabric path, FCOEC, the resemblance, right? Whereas it doesn't support VXLAN, OTV, MPLS, and it does supports FAX. F3 line cards are those line cards as we talked about earlier in 7700 Nexus switches, that it supports everything, right? So it supports L2, L3, fabric path, FCOE, VXLAN, OTV, MPLS, and FAX. Whereas M1 or M2 or M3 series line cards are those line cards which supports L2, which supports basic L3, which supports advanced L3, but they don't support advanced L2. And what do you mean by advanced L2? Advanced L2 means your fabric path and your FCOE. So these two L2 protocol they don't support, whereas these all support C, L2 feature, L3 feature they support VXLAN, they support OTV, they support MPLS, they support FAX. So these are the comparison matrix, or we say as a capability matrix of each type of line card which Cisco Nexus 7000 series supports. So to remember, you can say that there are four type of feature like L2 feature, L2 advance. In L2 advance, we can say this is a FCOE or a fabric path. Now we have a L3 feature and we have a L3 advance. In L3 advance, we can include MPLS, VXLAN, OTV. Now F1, F2, F2E, F, F3, M1, M2. L2 feature, this one, they don't support. F2, F2, yeah, they don't support. The resemblance is like that. F3 supports everything, right? M1, M1 support L2. They don't support L2 advance. F3, advanced F3. M2 supports L2 feature, no advanced L2, F3 feature and advanced L3. So this is how you can remember which line card supports which type of feature. So thank you for watching module 3 Nexus 7700 or Nexus 7000 series line cards module.